So quickly, just to talk about Marin City and its development. This church was founded by two ministers, Don Schilling and Jim Simon, two white guys who founded this Presbyterian church here. I'm thinking, why are they coming here? Well, they knew what was going on. I'll never forget, we were going to First Missionary. It still exists. We went to Village Baptist. That's where my family sort of left in the 60s. So I heard about what Jim Simon and Don Schilling were all about. Right here in Marin City, there are two ministers who spend 6 months in the South while one is here, and then they would rotate back. I came to the service here several times because I was curious. Civil rights movement is happening in the South. So when I saw what Jim and Simon and Don Schilling were doing here, I was curious because they were connected. So truly, one day, Jim Simon comes to my house, a white guy coming up this hill in Marin City, and he was asking, why haven't we seen you? Hey, sure, right, I'll come back. I'd come down with the flu, and he just said, missed you, heard you might be not feeling well. They did some other things for me. I had a recent experience about 7 years ago, Sausalito Historical Society, to do something called the history of Marinship. There's a guy there by the name of Joseph James. Joseph James came to California, and he was actually going to try to be an actor and a singer. World War II hits, and he decides to go to welding school at John O'Connell in San Francisco, and he becomes a welder at Marinship. James becomes a top welder, and one day they're talking, he's black, and he learns that they got to pay union dues. He says, why? Well, you got to be a union member in order to be in this military operation called Marinship, National Defense Industry. James knew that Walter White of the NAACP had gone to Franklin Roosevelt and had said, listen, we're going to be in war soon, and we want our people to be able to work in national defense industries. If you don't do this, we're going to protest. Roosevelt signs Executive Order 8802, 1941, just before the war hit. That's why Marinship got started. That's why the ports in Richmond were started. 93 ships built in Marinship, 700 and something built in Richmond. Why did that happen? Because they thought we were going to have to fight the war in Europe, and next we're going to have to go fight Japan. So all of that is to say this: employment has always been the key to success.